Okay, we're at the end of the month. We're recording. So today's October 30th. We have a special guest today, Ali Van Arsdale. And Ali is actually a lifetime five-star diamond coach, which is pretty darn amazing. And so she is going to be talking to us tonight about genealogy. And she's also, there was somebody had a question like a few weeks ago talking about, you know, if you're working your husband's account, like where are you supposed to be placing people? And in the graphical genealogy, like what is that? And like, what am I supposed to do with it? And does it matter in terms of my sponsorship drill down? So she's going to go through some basics on genealogy. And so forth. And then you guys are going to have the option then to ask any questions that you might have. And if my screen goes crazy again, let's just hope and pray it does not, and my screen freezes, or I turn into a ghost. That's been happening, Ali, like the last 3 calls. It's like my screen goes white and then it's like ridiculous. I apologize ahead of time. Zoom is still trying to fix whatever that problem that is. So I'm on calls with them. What else can I tell you about Ali? She is a mom of 3 beautiful kids. She has a little baby who was at the Diamond Retreat. And she's also, what I love about this, she's also a military wife. She was a previous teacher. She started to work her business full time. She got herself to a lifetime 5-star, and now she works her business full time. And you can see her. She's so cute. She was just like, I had an office, but now I don't because I had a 3rd kid, which I think is adorable. But I think that the setting is lovely, and she is going to take over. So Ali, without further ado, go ahead and start.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm so excited to talk to you ladies tonight. And this is a Push to Diamond group, right? Mm-hmm. So just make sure I have my audience. So how many of you guys are Diamond rank right now? Just raise your hand. And how many are pushing for Diamond? The push is always on. The push never goes away, regardless, because once you get yourself to Diamond, you're like, oh, I'm going to get my spouse a Diamond. That's, oh, now I'm going to get to 2-star. And then I'm going to get my second business center to Diamond. So the push is always there. So it's really exciting about this business is that you can always set more goals for yourself, which is really, really awesome. And like Teresa said, I'm a military spouse. My husband's active duty Army. Right now we live in Oklahoma. So the Sooner State, we're here for another 7 months. Not that I'm counting down or anything. So if you're from Oklahoma, I apologize. I just don't really like it. You're from Oklahoma? Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, here's the thing. It depends on where you're at in Oklahoma, if it's nice or not. Where I'm at is not that great. So it's just kind of is. So we are off somewhere else next summer, but I've been a coach for 4.5 years, I want to say. And I started when my oldest was about 18 months old, and now she's in kindergarten. So it's kind of crazy. I'll tell you what, mom of an 18-month-old only working in business to mom of school-age children and newborn babies and a really active 3-year-old is a totally different ballgame, especially when you're moving all over the place too. So it can be done. I promise. It's just a little crazy every once in a while here. So I'm going to talk to you guys tonight about genealogy a little bit, but because I know many of you are pushing for Diamond rank right now, I kind of wanted to put a twist on it as far as making sure you really understand how this compensation plan works a lot and really how volume in general works. Because if you can understand how volume works in this business and how you can really earn an income in this business, genealogy is going to come second nature to that and how to actually place people in your organization as you're bringing in working coaches, as you're bringing in discount coaches, anybody, as you're building a spouse's account, as you are building your mom's account, whatever account, that secondary account that you're building, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be your spouse that you're building in this business. And just a background for you guys, I went Diamond in 3 months. And I went Diamond with 2 working coaches, not with my spouse, not with like my mom. I had 2 working coaches there. And I don't regret doing that. Because those 2 coaches are still with me today, which is pretty exciting. It's pretty cool. That doesn't always happen. I've had many coaches come and go, but those first 2 original coaches, they are still thriving in my organization, which is pretty awesome and pretty incredible. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. And Diamond is not complicated. We overcomplicate it, of course, just like we can overcomplicate loading the dishwasher, right? I mean, we're women. That's like our nature. We overcomplicate everything if we have time to think on it and really let it fester a bit, right? We can overcomplicate anything. But I really wanted to speak to you guys tonight about volume in general and the different ways that you can earn in this business, and really taking a look at your own personal volume and how you can trickle that down into your coaches, because your coaches' volume that they're producing is going to impact your income as a coach, and how much you're kind of able to take weight each week in your team cycle bonuses. So we're going to start really basic and then go complex. And then I can answer your questions about specific placement questions and genealogy as we go through. So on this call, I'm going to really be covering the different ways you earn as a coach. I mean, let's be realistic. You maybe started this business as a challenger first and fell in love with the products and was like, hey, I could totally do this. I'm in it 100%. That's how I started. I was like, I love this. I could totally do this. Like, I can post on Facebook. Like, I could run these groups. I could probably do it this way and this way and this way. And I was already like rethinking how I could do things on like day 19 of 21 Day Fix, really like day 9 probably. But I remember like, I can totally do this. Or maybe you came into this business full on wanting to build a business, full on wanting to come in for the business opportunity. Either way, you came in knowing that you were going to be able to earn some type of money here, right? So let's talk about the different ways you can actually earn this business, because there's 2 really big categories, and then we'll break them down. And then we're going to talk about every coach's income progression as they are a coach, from whenever you start and as you build your business, and really how everybody's income in this business kind of progresses if you stick around long enough for it to. Because some people can never leave a certain aspect of the income progression, and that's whenever they start to get frustrated and they leave. Okay. It's like that little picture of the guy, digging in the gold in the a diamond mine, and he's like runs away right before he reaches the diamonds. I mean, that's exactly what the income progression is like in this business. So it's just a lot of patience. Then we're going to talk about volume, the ins and outs of it. And hopefully, even if you understand volume, I know for me, hearing it sometimes put in a different way helps understand it. If not for myself, how I explain it to my team and how you can take it back to your coaches and explain it to them. Then we're going to actually talk about team cycle bonuses, how they work, the ins and outs, and then how you can get your team volume boosted and how you can boost your own volume to really maximize your team cycle bonuses at each of your rank. And then also why diamond rank and team cycle bonuses, why you want to be that diamond rank, because you can really capitalize on your team cycle bonuses. Even if you're only cycling a few times a week, you want that residual income. So bear with me. Some of it at the beginning might be like, I got this, Ali, like, know this, stick with me. Okay. So let's talk about the different ways to earn. In the Beachbody realm, there are really 2 major ways you can earn money in this business. You can earn money through sales and you can earn money through volume, right? 2 different categories, sales and volume. And if I had to bank and put money on something, if I could, take a gamble, the majority of you guys on this call are earning the majority of your paycheck each week this way, okay? Through challenge pack bonuses and retail commissions. Challenge pack bonuses, your Success Club points, right? Your 3 to 5 new people you're bringing in every single month to help get them results. You're earning your money that way. And then you're earning your money on retail commissions, those residual Shakeology orders from last month's Success Club points, those, quarterly Beachbody On Demand memberships coming in, your annual Beachbody On Demand memberships, those things coming in, right? You're earning the bulk of your paychecks in that way. And that's perfectly fine, right? I remember getting my first paycheck as a stay-at-home mom being like, whoop, I just earned like $150 and I'm so excited, right? There's nothing wrong with that. It's awesome to earn those monies. And really, you never stop earning in that way as a coach, no matter what rank you are. I mean, look at Melanie Mitro. She is still earning how much money a week on her retail commission sales, on her commissions and her challenge pack bonuses. You never stop making money in that way. But when you start this business, that's the majority of your paycheck. Okay. Now, as you go through this business, your income, as you start to grow a team, does this big flip. And you're still earning your sales through your challenge pack bonuses and your retail commissions, but now you've tapped in to your residual income with your volume. And over time, as your team grows, as you get working coaches, as you have emeralds popping underneath of you and diamonds and star diamonds popping underneath of your team starts creating all of these sales that you did at first, and that creates your team cycle bonuses. And this untaps this whole other level to our comp plan of volume. And this is your residual income. This is what a lot of people in this business never get to because they get discouraged. And if you're able to get to this point, this is where you really are able to earn a significant income, even as an emerald coach in this business, as a ruby coach, as a diamond coach, as a star diamond. You don't necessarily need to be a triple 15 star diamond to make decent money in this business, guys. You really don't have to. As long as you understand how to manipulate your genealogy, as long as you understand how your comp plan actually works. You don't need to be hitting Success Club 40 every single month to make a substantial income in this business. That's, remember, your sales. This is where the residual income happens. This is where network marketing really is like, why don't you do network marketing? Like, why wouldn't you do network marketing? Okay, this is that residual income right here. So we're going to break them down a little bit now and talk about each of these different aspects. So we have those two main ways to earn money as a coach: through sales, through your volume. And remember, most people are in this category right here. And on this call, we're really going to tap in and understanding how we can get into the volume side of this income progression. So this is a handy little chart that you can look at. I'm a chart person. I like charts. I'm a teacher. I like graphic organizers. I'm all about them. So this is that same type, just put on a flow chart for you. As you can see, this goes from left to right. It's pretty obvious with the arrows. But you come in as a coach and everybody earns this way. These are your sales right here, your challenge pack bonuses. You don't have to be a rank. You can be a coach rank. You can earn a challenge pack bonus. You can be a coach rank and earn retail commission. Doesn't even matter, okay? You can sell challenge packs. You can sell Energize. You can sell Recover, anything. Challenge pack bonuses. Achieve at any rank, those give you Success Club points. Not just challenge packs now, because we have beach bars and we have Shakeology HD and all those things that can actually earn your Success Club points as well. This is where we all kind of start our month, right? Got to get those challenge pack sales. Got to get those Success Club points. Okay, that's why we run our challenge groups. Then we hit our retail commission. Next month, whenever your old Success Club points reorder Shakeology, you get that residual retail commission a little bit, right? And you get your 2 or 3 Shakeology orders, or your leads come in, or your somebody come and they buy, just your random stuff, right? That you get. Those are your retail commissions, your customers, not discount coaches, your customers, okay? They give you your retail commission. This is all that sales side. Don't have to be a rank. You can be a coach rank. Anybody can do this in the business, okay? Any coach. Now, whenever you get to the team cycle bonus side, in your matching bonus and your star diamond, this side is your volume side. So we have sales, we have volume. Once you hit here, this is the actual volume side. And this is when you achieve it with a true emerald rank, okay? You achieve team cycle bonuses with a true emerald rank. Everybody on this call knows you can't earn cycle bonuses until you're an emerald coach. You guys know that. That's like, I don't even tell you that. But when I say a true emerald rank, okay, I don't mean your husband and your mom as your 2 discount coaches to get you to emerald rank. Time and place for it. You got to get to emerald rank, right? That's going to help your upline get to diamond. It's something that's going to help you guys so much. But when you start to really see the residual, when you start to build the volume, a true emerald is with 2 working coaches. And that's really going to allow you to start to tap into team volume, because they're going to be building your team volume for you. And then you can get into matching bonuses, and that's achieved mainly whenever your coaches start making team cycle bonuses and they're doing all this other stuff. You're making a matching bonus off of their volume that they're creating from Beachbody. And then star diamond bonuses whenever you receive quarterly bonuses once you hit 2-star and up. So that's the basic income progression. But let's talk now more about what it actually means and get into the volume stuff. Like I said, at the beginning of this call, you're like, okay, where are we going with this, Ali? I'm going to trust you on this. You guys know this stuff, okay? But I got to start basic so you can kind of see where I'm going through this. So personal volume first. Let's kind of talk about the difference between personal and team volume. You guys know this, but maybe your coaches kind of have a misunderstanding about how it actually is and what the difference is between personal volume and team volume. And my coaches, when they come in, they're like, what is all this PV and TV and SC and all this stuff that you're talking about? Personal volume is everything that you purchase. Everything you purchase, your Shakeology home direct order, your Performance Line home direct order, everything you purchase and everything your customers purchase. Personal volume, guys, is your sales side. Okay, That stuff you can control, right? You control what customers order things. You control your personal orders. That's your personal volume. That's all stuff that you control. It's your sales, okay? That's what your personal volume is. These yield commissions. Personal volume, it yields commissions. Okay, how do you see it? It's really easy in the new back office. Volume right on the side, and then my team volume. And you can actually click on them and actually expand them even more as you go through. So here's a breakdown of the 188 personal volume. It was actually all customer orders. I didn't purchase 188 volume things of things. This is all customer orders. It was an all access membership. It was a quarterly all access, and it was a challenge pack sale for a customer. That produced to my personal volume. And it's important as you go through to diamond rank and 2-star and 5-star, you need to hit certain minimum personal volume as you maintain your rank. Because I think the whole way up through Ruby, you need at least, I think, 90, which you get with your Shakeology. But once you hit Diamond, you need 100 PV a month. And you can get that with not just your personal orders, but your challenge pack and your customer orders too. Remember, personal volume yields sales. That's your commissions, okay? So let's look back here. That's where they are. Challenge pack bonuses, retail commissions, they yield your sales in this business. They don't necessarily, it's not your team. That's all you. That's your customers. That's your personal sales. It is you. That's what that is. And many of you are right here on your income progression. And that's okay. A lot of your coaches are right here on this income progression. And it's all fine and dandy, but you're working really hard for that money, right? You're working really hard for your challenge pack sales. You're working really hard for your retail commission sales. You're working really hard for your customer retention to get their Shakeology order every single month. Okay. Let me tell you, it is a beautiful thing when you can let off the gas a little bit, because this up here is kind of driving your income a little bit more. You don't have to hit SC 25 every single month because your team cycle bonuses are sitting at a comfortable income for you. Okay, it's an amazing feeling when you have a baby and your team cycle bonuses take over for the week for you. All right, so that's just a personal experience for it. But team volume, it's the opposite. It's the opposite end of that income progression. This is your volume side. This are all your coaches producing their personal volume, getting customer sales, hitting Success Club. This is where your team volume comes in. So this is everything your team purchases or their customers purchase. All right. This is your coaches hitting Success Club. And you have it broken down for you. Again, it's so nice in the new back office setup because it breaks down not only your current left and right, but your carryover volume from week to week too. So make sure you take a look at that and you can actually see that where your volume is in the new back office. So look at your income progression right here. This is where we're talking about right now. As you go through and you have your true emerald rank, you're earning your team cycle bonuses. $14 a pop, right? For your team cycle bonuses in emerald, 16 as a ruby, 18 as a diamond. And it's amazing. You hit your diamond rank when your coaches make a cycle bonus, you get a matching bonus off of it. So as a diamond coach and up, anytime one of my coaches cycle bonuses, I get a 10% matching bonus of it. So let's say I have an emerald coach who cycles $14, I get $1.40 matching bonus paid out by Beachbody. Biggest way Beachbody is not a pyramid scheme right here, guys. Beachbody pays out those bonuses. It's not like my coach Susie Snowflake, who makes $14, really only makes, $12.80. No. Okay. Beachbody pays out that bonus directly. I don't get a cut of their cycle bonus. It's paid directly from Beachbody. They keep everything that they earned. Okay. So the matching bonus is a really cool thing. It's also a really cool thing when you have your coaches starting to hit, $500, bucks a week on their cycle bonuses, and you get 10%
Alex, are you done
of that.
yet?
Okay. So that makes a huge difference in your
getting done. It's
income.
bedtime.
You just have to know that you can get there. You just have to think about it, but it's important you understand that that's part of the progression. Remember, if you're still here in the income progression, think about where you can go as you go through. But I really want you guys to remember as we go through this, a consistent, substantial residual income will happen only when you have a team of committed working coaches matching your efforts. It's really easy to string people along in this business, and it's really easy to put so much time and energy into somebody who's really not in it and they're not really ever going to do much for you, I really want to encourage you to make sure that you are putting your time and effort into people who are matching your efforts, and making sure that you're doing that. So the residual income, you can talk about it. You're like, oh, that'd be awesome if all the numbers lined up and everything worked. But unless you actually have people matching your efforts, you're not going to get there. And that's why a lot of people stay stuck here, because this part is hard, guys. It's hard to find those lifers who want to work this business. And you guys are lifers. You're here, you're pushing for your next rank, and you're just about to untap all of this. So stick with it, and you can keep going as you go through. So let's really hone in on this one right here. Team cycle bonuses achieved with that true emerald rank. And remember, that true emerald is really and truly, you could have, 6 discount coaches on each leg, but until you have 2 working coaches on each of those legs counteracting, producing volume, you're going to have a hard time really reaping the benefits of team cycle bonuses. You may cycle maybe $14 a month, but whenever an emerald coach can max out at $250 a week, that's what I mean by a true emerald rank, as you build this business. So who could use an extra $250 a week, right? I think we all could. That's $1,000 a month, right? That's substantial. And that's where your, residual income comes in. So when I say, yeah.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Can you?
Oh my gosh.
So, okay, wait. So for the team cycle bonus, so what you're saying is, as your coaches, if you have your working coaches as they cycle, right? Then how does that affect the diamond cycling? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, how am I getting more money?
For your diamond coach? Well, if your emerald coach is cycling a lot more,
right,
they're producing team volume on that leg for you to cycle things from.
Oh, right. Okay. So, and that's a concept I want to talk about. So I've had my coaches ask me this all the time. They're like, because they always say, is there a way, am I helping you? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Are you helping me? But basically from their volume, I am gaining team volume, which is going to my cycle bonus.
Exactly. And that's, we're getting to it. You're like one step ahead of me. I promise.
All right, cool. I just want to make sure that the girls understand that, because that took me a while to get in the very beginning, but proceed.
Absolutely. And just so you guys know, my background, I'm actually in a dead spot in my organization. My original coach quit, and I was inherited by my upline, Val. And I love Val, but I don't get any help. I'm on an inside dead leg. So I'm building both of my legs by myself, that binary system, left, right. I'm building both of those legs by myself. And if I were Val, I wouldn't put anybody over there either, because my team's producing enough volume on that side. She doesn't need to put anybody over there, right? But it can be done. You can create a pretty substantial income doing this by yourself. You just got to find those lifers to produce your team volume. So let's break down this team cycle bonus one a little bit more. And Teresa's going to get into more of what you're saying. And it's interesting because I can remember thinking that same thing, like, how am I helping you do this? Like, how are these coaches actually earning this money? Like, what am I doing that's affecting that? Like, all of us, we're part of Melanie's organization. Like, we're all contributing to her volume. Okay. Everything we're producing is contributing to her volume or your upline's volume. It all goes in this binary system with all these little legs and trees that go off. It's really pretty phenomenal if you think about it. So once you understand it. So team cycle bonuses, you need to be an emerald rank or higher to even consider earning team cycle bonuses. And I know I said a true emerald. You can get an emerald coach. You just need 2 active coaches, 1 on each leg. That's your mom, that's your spouse. There you go. Boom. You're an emerald coach. You can start earning team cycle bonuses. That's residual income. Okay. This takes your team volume that Beachbody pays you a bonus for each cycle that you're able to make from volume points. Okay. Team volume. It's what your team is creating. Okay. So every time your team gets Shakeology HD, every time your team has Success Club points come in, that produces team volume on whatever leg they're on. Okay. Many of you probably have a strong leg where you're like, well, I didn't put anybody on that leg and it's like booming. I don't even know what happened. That's because you're placed on a strong leg. And that's really great that you have your upline helping you build that strong leg. But there's a reason the leadership ladder is based on your weak leg, because you're responsible for building that. And that's where you're able to place people and counteract that volume and really maximize your income. So when we say a cycle, that means every 200 volume to 100 volume ratio. And I'm getting there, I promise. Okay, so for each time Beachbody is able to make that 2-to-1 ratio, they pay you a cycle bonus for it. At an Emerald rank, you can earn $14 a cycle, Ruby, $16 a cycle, and a Diamond, $18 a cycle. And they pay you for this, and they take that out as many times as they can. So in your back office, this is actually a great time of the week to look at it because it's Tuesday and your payout is on Thursday. So your volume should be pretty high right now, or the highest it's going to be for the week. You'll get some more, tomorrow as the things come in, and it's the end of the month. But you're going to see kind of where you fall. You'll easily be able to see what your strong leg is and what your weak leg is very, very clearly, especially now in the new format with the back office because they have your carryover volume right there as well. But let's actually take a look at it. So this is I think this is whenever I was an Emerald coach earning cycle bonus. I pulled this stuff directly from my back office. And on my right leg and left leg, the binary system, my team produced in this bonus week 455 volume points. My left leg produced that much volume points. I didn't do that. My coaches did that. My discount coaches produced 455 volume points. And the coaches on my right leg produced 787 volume points. Now, Beachbody on Thursday or Wednesday night, whenever they close down the system and they calculate your paycheck, they look and they see, well, how many times can we take a cycle bonus out of that volume? They are an Emerald coach. Let's see what can happen. What they do is they do that 2-to-1 ratio as many times as they can, 200 points to 100 points. So they go to whichever leg you have more volume on, your right leg or your left leg. This side has more, you're right. That's where they take your 200 volume points from, and they counteract that by taking the 100. Every time they can do that, they take it, one cycle bonus, $14. Well, you still have volume left. So which side has more? Right leg, minus 200, minus 100, another cycle bonus. Can they do it again? They sure can. Another cycle bonus. And you're left with your carryover volume. You don't lose that. It's not like, oh, there it goes. We can't take a cycle bonus. There it goes. As long as you stay active status, that rolls over to next week. And that's where your carryover volume comes into play. I have a couple coaches who will hit elite this year on my right leg. My right leg is booming with volume because their organizations are exploding. And it's booming with volume. It's going to take me a while to counteract that volume, but it carries over week after week after week, and it never goes away. Okay. So total that week as an Emerald coach, I made $42 in cycle bonus. Guys, that's residual income. That's Beachbody saying your team is kicking butt. Here's a bonus. Okay. $42. Your team produced enough volume for us to take, 3 cycles to earn $42. Okay, if I was a Ruby coach, I would earn $48. A Diamond coach, $54. And as you look at that, you're like, well, it's only a $12 difference. Like, what's the big deal between Emerald and Diamond? Think about if you would have done 8 cycles, 10 cycles, 20 cycles. Okay, think about that. The cap at a Diamond coach is $1,000 a week for team cycle bonuses. Okay, so think about that income potential that you have. You're stifled as an Emerald coach. You can max out at 250. Even if Beachbody can keep taking out 200, 100, 200, 100, once you hit $250 as an Emerald coach, you don't get paid anymore, but they keep taking that volume until they can't. Okay, and then it carries over until they can't take out 200, 100. So you don't want to stifle your earnings, right? You want to be able to never max out, right? You want to be able to always be able to get that money that you earned, that your team worked so hard to build that volume for. Did this make sense? As you have questions, type them in that chat bar for how that works. And I know you're like, well, when I saw this as an Emerald coach, I was like, well, it's only $12. Like, what? Not that big of a deal. But let me tell you, if I were to drop rank to a Ruby or an Emerald, it would significantly impact my income from week to week now because of team cycle bonuses, because I would cap out. And also it's a $14 to $18. That's a big difference. It's $4. That's free money, guys. That's your team's effort. That's where that residual income comes through. There is a cap for Ruby coaches, but that elusive Ruby, I have no idea what it is. I think they're all of 4 Rubies in the entire network. I don't know. It's so rare to find a Ruby coach. Everybody usually just kind of skips right over that rank for it. But that's team cycle bonuses in a very, very basic nutshell. So if you actually go into your back office, you can predict right now how many cycles you're going to make. You can go in there. It's just math. Take your volume, and whichever side has more, take 200, take 100, and do it as many times as you can. You can predict your paycheck on Thursday right now with your team cycle bonuses as you go through. And I know whenever I started, it was maybe $14 a month. I was like, oh, look at this random $14 that showed up on my account. And me, I'm the eternal optimist. I was like, oh, that paid for my business service fees that month a little bit. I was like that eternal optimist, like, oh, that's $14 I didn't have before, and my first matching bonus, oh, that $1.40 paid for half of a gallon of gas, I'm that eternal optimist and always seeing like, oh, it's money I didn't have before. That's awesome. Question here from Bobby. So even if you can cycle as an emerald, you would lose those extra cycles and not earn, or the volume gets saved for the next week. So it depends, Bobby. If you cap out, like in this example right here, I only made $42, or what is that even total? Yeah, $42. They couldn't take any more, right? I didn't have any there. I didn't cap out at 250. I only made $42. So I get to keep that leftover volume. No problemo. Let's say you cap out though, and they cycle as much to get you $250 as an Emerald coach. Okay. You made $250 as an Emerald coach. They will keep taking that volume away as much as they can until they can't take it away anymore. But you only make $250 as an Emerald coach. Does that make sense? You don't keep it. Once you hit you hit your cap of $250. It's not like Beachbody's like, oh, we'll save them for next week and they can get another $250. No, they take as much volume as they can. They take as many cycles as they can, whether you are paid or not. Does that make sense? Okay. A little trick. So like some of you guys have like a spouse sitting on like, a whole bunch of volume. You don't want to get them to Emerald and then have them just get to like cycle bonus like crazy, and then you lose all that volume. So think about that kind of stuff. I know I had a friend who got her husband to Emerald after he had been sitting on like a whole bunch of volume, and she capped out at $250. She's like, I was banking on making like $700 in cycles that week, and he made $250 and she lost all that volume. So just think about that stuff. And that's something I didn't realize ever happened. So I wanted to make sure that you were aware of that as you go through. So the big question of the night, how can you increase your team volume, right? How can you actually do that? I want to make $250 extra a week as an Emerald coach. Like who wouldn't? Like, how can you do this? You're thinking to yourself, well, great, Ali, I'm not a star diamond coach. Like I'm still working on getting to diamond. Like I need to get working coaches. Like how do I increase my team volume right now? There are things you can do right now to increase your team volume that you're in charge of. The biggest and best way, the most effective way is with working coaches, that bottom line, because their personal volume, that becomes your team volume, guys. Everything that they're doing, their challenge pack sales, that becomes your team volume on that leg. Think about it, if you had powerhouses opposite of your strong leg and you had like 4 or 5 emeralds over there just hitting Success Club every single month, producing all that volume. You just become a Success Club machine, and you become like a well-oiled machine of team cycle bonuses, all right? You want working coaches because you're not working to produce that volume. They are, okay? That's where the beauty of the residual income comes in. But you're like, all right, that's the best way, of course, but in the interim, how can I increase my team volume? Well, the first thing, I need you guys to know where your weak and strong legs are, and know what type of volume you're sitting on. Many of you probably have good upline support and you have a strong leg. So you're sitting on untapped volume right now, and you can counteract that on your weak leg with your spouse placement. Okay. If you have not signed up your spouse yet, do it. Do it like 4 days ago. Do it right now. Sign them up. There's so many benefits to signing up your spouse in this business. If you're in this business for the long haul, get your spouse signed up. You want them at the tippy top of your organization on your weak leg if you can get them there. How you can increase volume right now, you can filter all orders through that account. I mean, let's be realistic, guys. Remember on our income progression right here, all your retail commissions, that's your sales. Everybody who just wants in like, I just want Energize. I just want all access. I just want to, try the sampler pack. All those retail commissions, I don't put any of those through my business center. Those go through my second CVC or my spouse's account, because their personal volume becomes team volume. Okay. And that helps my team volume. I cycle bonus off of those and earn a commission. Okay. So anytime you can double dip your income, why not? Right. So if you can filter orders through your spouse's account right now, do that. Anybody who comes to you and is not a challenge pack sale, is not going to help your success club numbers, put them through your spouse's account, especially if they're on your weak leg, and build your weak leg volume. Even if your spouse isn't an emerald, there's still a coach on your team contributing to your volume that will help you cycle as an emerald or a diamond coach. Filter the orders through there. Okay. You're still going to make the commission if you share a bank account with your spouse. You're still going, and then on top of it, you're going to make a cycle bonus. So that's an extra $14 or $18 in your pocket from that, the volume they're producing. Discount coaches, amazing way to build an organization. My entire organization was built on discount coaches when I started, guys. No shame in my game. Sign up discount coaches. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, they are amazing placeholders in your organizations. They are amazing ways to have your active coaches on each side. And they do help your TV, especially if they stay active every single month. I've had loyal Shakeology customers with me from like my first month of coaching, discount coaches who without fail every month, 90 PV in their account, which equals 90 team volume on that place for me. And that helps. It helps that volume on that weak leg. But you better believe too, on my strong leg, I have like 6 coaches. Okay, that's it on my strong leg. Everybody else is on my weak leg to help counteract that volume. You don't need to keep them even. When I first started, it was like discount coach right, discount coach left, discount coach right, discount coach left. In order to be diamond, you need 4 and 4 minimum. Okay, once you get like 6 to be solid on your weak strong leg, throw everybody else in your weak leg. Get like 20 over there, 30 over there with your minimum on your strong leg. Counteract that volume. Get those cycle bonuses. All right. And another way, you have to set the example and you have to duplicate in your team. All right. You need to, not only be telling your coaches what to do, you need to be showing them what to do. And you need to be duplicating what you're learning in your team the whole way through. And I'm going to share with you kind of how you can do that by looking at your own personal volume every single month as a goal to earn 500 PV a month. Because if you're earning 500 PV and you're challenging every working coach in your organization to earn 500 PV, that's all team volume, guys. Okay. And you're going to be able to then reap the benefits of your cycle bonuses. So what does that mean to be a 500 PV coach? How do you actually set that example? Well, you earn at least 500 personal volume through customer sales and challenge pack sales. Your personal sales. There you go. Not necessarily you're not going to buy 500 personal volume of Shakeology and Energize. Some months I feel like I go through that much Energize, but that's just for your customer sales. Okay. You live your 4 vital behaviors. They just switched them around at leadership. I haven't even wrapped my head around what they switched around with them, but they're all the same. And you live them and you execute them and you actually, do what you're supposed to do as a coach. You're the example and you learn to invite and you actually do it. That's the thing. You don't just say you're going to do it. You don't just put stuff up on your social media. You actually invite. 90% of what you do in this business is going to be behind the scenes. It's going to be through Messenger. It's going to be through direct messages. It's going to be through email. It's going to be face-to-face. It's about conversation. So you have to learn to invite people and then you have to actually do it and follow through. And, it's as simple as, hey, I'm doing this. Do you want to come do it with me? That's all it is, guys, right? I'm doing this. I'm having great success. Do you want to come do it with me? And you have to learn to ask questions to people. How have you been doing? How's your health doing? You have to kind of fill a need for people. When I'm talking with people, when I'm reconnecting with people, if we're just chatting about our kids and a mom says like, oh, I'm just so tired. And I always get I have no idea how you get up and exercise every morning. You bet your butt I'm telling them about Energize on my nightstand. See my pink cup over there on my nightstand? That's Energize. I chug it at 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay. I tell them about that. I tell them about how eating clean has given me more energy. You have to fill that need that they have, and you have to be comfortable asking them those questions. And if you're doing a good job and you're authentically sharing your story, people are going to trust you and not think any differently when you ask them those things. Okay. And you also know that, like, find your healthy formula. We know we have the secret trifecta in Beachbody. You have your exercise, you have your nutrition, you have your support. Okay. Everybody can go to a gym and get exercise. Everybody can join Weight Watchers and have nutrition. but it's really rare to have all three together. And you have that to offer to people, and your coaches have that to offer to people. Okay. And you're also somebody who nurtures who you're bringing on. You're not just bringing people on for 2 Success Club points. You're having people through their entire journey with you. And if something's not working with them, you find them another way that it can work for them. You're sending out your samples of, oh, you didn't like your vegan chocolate? Like, try vegan vanilla. Here's a packet to try. Like, you're helping them get good results, and you're nurturing them, and you're there for them. And also, your product and company confident. That's a big thing. All right. You are a true product of the product. You can, I know whenever I did my first round of 21-day fix, 4.5 years ago, I wanted to stand on the tallest mountain and shout it from the top of the roof and be like, this works. Like, you need to do it right now with me, and you need to come join me. I was so confident in what was happening because it was actually working for me that I had no problem sharing it with people. And you need to remember that whenever you attack your invites, it's like you have this amazing opportunity to share this blessing with somebody. And why wouldn't you share that with somebody? This has changed your life. And I mean, you can really think about this from a coaching perspective too. All of you on this call, sure, the products have changed your life. I mean, you wouldn't be trying to sell them if they didn't, right? Because let's be realistic. That's what we're doing. We want people to buy products from us, but it's the business opportunity that has truly changed your life, right? For me, it's given me, something to do besides wiping butts all day with 3 kids. That's what's changed my life, is the business. Why wouldn't I be sharing that with every stay-at-home mom that I come in contact with? Why wouldn't I be sharing that with my kids' teachers? Why wouldn't I be doing that? How many of you guys have ever thought to yourself, gosh, that person would make such a great coach? And you watch them on social media and you're like, gosh, they'd be so good. And you've never messaged them. And then a month later, they're announcing that they're a coach. Has that ever happened to you? It's happened to me for sure. I'll be on Instagram and be like, oh, this girl, military spouse, her husband's deployed right now. Oh my gosh, she would be such a good coach. This would fill such a void in her life right now where her husband's deployed. And then I'm like, oh no, I'll get to it tomorrow. And sure enough, this past week, she's a coach. She just announced it. Don't keep somebody's destiny trapped in your mouth, because I guarantee if you think they're going to be a great coach, they're going to be a coach. They're just going to go sign up with somebody else who had, the nerve to ask them. So go and ask these people if they want to do it with you. And even if they say no, okay, cool. You've planted that seed. My coach, one of them who's going to be elite this year, told me no for 6 months. All I did was plant the seed. Have you ever thought about coaching, Liesl? You'd be amazing at this. That was it. And now she's here. She left her full-time teaching job, this past year, and she's traveling all over the country with her doctor husband. It's insane what you can do if you just ask. And you are product confident and company confident. And when I say company confident, you believe in Beachbody, but that's you too. You're creating your own business here. You're company confident in your own company, in your own business that you're creating. Okay? And if you have all this stuff, if you're embodying this and you say, it's easy to recruit, you can invite people to do this, your coaches are going to say, it's easy to hit Success Club. It's easy to recruit, and they'll do it because you're giving them that message. They just want to know what to do. And if you tell them it's easy, they're going to think it's easy. And if you do it, you're going to find out it's not that hard either. So your 500 coach mindset, okay? You meet customers where they are too. How many of us all the time are we accept that no from somebody who can't necessarily afford a challenge pack, and then we're on to the next person. I can't get Success Club points from them. On to the next person. But your goal as a 500 PV coach is you want to create raving customers. You want this fan base around you, right? And you want people to be no, I told you no, but whenever somebody else and one of their friends is I really need to lose this weight, you want them to be I know this great girl. Let me give you her contact info. You want to create this fan base of people that not only are your customers, but are your followers too. And even your no's are giving you referrals. How cool would that be? So your first goal is to create raving customers, get people results, stick with them through the process. All right. Your second goal is create customers through influence. Oh my gosh, girl, I just lost 20 pounds on the 21-day fix. You got to come do it with me. Okay. That's customers who influence. They get such great results that their friends want to do it too. Okay. And then you want to create revenue per customer. That means you want to have people sticking around. You want people to buy Shakeology every single month from you. And whenever you have people convert into discount coaches, you're losing that commission. But if you're earning cycle bonuses, like the snowball effect over and over again, it's amazing. All right. And these goals, they always support Beachbody's healthy formula. Fitness, that's fun. I mean, Country Heat, I look like a buffoon doing it, but it's fun. Size, I can't even do it, but I do it and it's fun. My kids love the Shaun T kids workouts, it's fun. It's in your house. You don't have to worry about judgment. My curtains in my living room, I'm sure are the most judgmental things in the world, but they don't tell me, it's not like prying eyes at a gym if I were to go there. And nutrition that's simple. 2B Mindset and the Portion Fix have really simplified nutrition for our customers, guys. And it's doable nutrition, 100% doable. And the biggest thing, guys, is we have the support. We have the coach community and the support to get through it. And if you have this mindset and you're teaching your coaches to do this, it's just going to have that ripple effect in your volume and in your team and allow your volume to increase, which in turn is going to increase your team cycle bonuses and your volume and your income. But remember, okay, that consistent, substantial residual income will happen only when you have a team of committed working coaches matching your efforts, okay? And I just want to drive that home. Like, you're not going to be able to build a substantial income on discount coaches. Like, you need them. Yes, of course, you need discount coaches to maintain your rank, but you're really going to get there whenever you have really working coaches pushing in a push group like you are to reach these ranks. So keep that in mind as you're going through. And how can you do it? I want you guys to really evaluate your own personal volume that you're bringing in. Are you only bringing in challenge pack sales a month? Or are you meeting your customers where they are and being like, well, yeah, you can have a tub of Energize for your gym workouts. You know what I mean? Like, build that trust. Who cares whether they're getting a workout in? A workout's a workout. And evaluate your own cycle bonuses. I mean, are you an Emerald coach, but you don't have any working coaches? Like, that's going to impact your income. So think about where you need to go. And then think about too, what can you do right now to increase your income? Are you at the point now where you're like, I just need working coaches. I got to recruit my butt off and put them on my weak leg. Maybe you're like, oh, I could totally filter orders through my spouse's account. I know whenever I was building my business, I would get myself to Success Club 10 and then any other order went on my husband's account. That was it. Like, and anything above, once I got him there, like, it depends on what you're driven by too. If you love seeing your name on a leaderboard at the top of the list every week and the team, like, that's, go for it. But for me, like, if you're an income driven person, like, if you're okay with Success Club 10 and then getting your spouse, everything else in your spouse's account, like, go for it. Increase that income right now if you can. And then think about what combination of products can get you to 500 PV in 1 month. I mean, your challenge pack sales can get you there. That's 135 PV a pop usually for a customer. So think about how you can get to that 500 PV in a month. It's totally doable to get to it in a month. And then that's how you can brainstorm with your new coaches too. So this is, taking it one step farther is, you can have your coaches be like, well, why don't you run a 3-day refresh group, and earn some volume that way? Why don't you do like a 7-day group of clean week where they purchase the performance line, energized packets. If you had your whole team rallying and doing that, think about the volume that would be produced in your team, right? And, do some just product education with your team and teach them how to do things. So I hope that this was informative for you guys and just like how you can really maximize your income. But again, it all really boils down to just getting people on board with you as you go through. So questions, lay them on me. I hope that this was informative, and I can give these slides to Teresa too.
Yes, please.
As well.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, no problem at all.
And actually, I think I heard that talk like before, and I actually understood it better now than I did then. Maybe it was because it was at the retreat and I was just like, whoa, with all that information. But that was awesome. Like, really, really
good. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
There was one thing I thought of that maybe will help the girls too. When you were talking about if you're income driven versus having to get to 500 PV, do you guys understand that? Like, so, and I'm not, Ali's going to answer this, but basically how I understood that was if I'm an income driven person, I am going to be, yes, I want to reach Success Club, but anything else, like for instance, if I'm working my spouse's account, anything else that I want to sell, like if I have customers that want to buy things like, I don't know, Shakeology or like the performance line or whatever, I am dumping all of those orders to my husband's account. I am not putting them under me because I want to gain more in Team Cycle bonus. Okay, so I'm not necessarily, if I made those sales myself, that would be adding to my attempt to get 500 PV a week. But if I'm driven by income, then I want him to have all that stuff, because then that's Team Cycle bonus, because now I'm gonna cycle more because of what he's earning in volume. Does that make sense to you guys? Like, do you understand that? Because that's really important to decide, am I income driven, or am I at the point where, you know, maybe I want to advance rank more so, if that makes any sense. Or if maybe that's like, my goal isn't income right now. Like, I'll worry about that later. I really want to get up in rank first and then, you know, worry about income later. So do you guys, does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah. And there's no right or wrong way to do it either. I think that's the other thing. I mean, look at Melanie. She built her organization for rank, and then she decorated with volume. So like, she did whatever she could to get whatever rank she wanted. And then she went in and stacked legs and built for volume. So it's really any way you want to go about it. I mean, look at your organization and look at, like I said, that back office right now. You can see what leg you have a whole bunch of carryover volume on. And if you're like, you know what, I don't really care if I rank advance, but I could really use an extra $200 every single week as an enrolled coach. Like, think about what your needs are as a coach. But with that said, I would say get to diamond, because you're going to get more money for the same amount of volume. So that's my advice. I always tell my coaches, like, yeah, we can make a lot of money as an enrolled coach, but if you make, you know, X amount of money, you could be this much as a diamond coach for the same effort, the same amount of volume. You're just making a bigger bonus off of it.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, guys, what other questions do you have?
There was one in the chat, was when you get a no, do you immediately ask that person if they know of anyone who might be interested? It depends on the person. Sometimes I do. Usually I just say if it's ever a better time to get back to me. Sometimes it depends on the person if I accept the no right away. It depends on things. Or sometimes I will ask them if I can keep them on my follow-up list and follow up with them at a later date. And I usually, the big trick with your no's is you have to keep talking to them about things, not Beachbody. So don't think your follow-up necessarily has to be like, hey, my next group is starting up. Is this a better time? Like, you could be like, hey, how was your vacation? Like, you can follow up with them, not about, you know, your next challenge group too. I think that's the key, is to make sure you're not just, oh, you're only in this for the sale. They're only going to talk to me whenever if there's a benefit for them. Like, your benefit is engaging in conversation sometimes.
So when you first started and you said that you had gotten your 2 working coaches and that's how you built yourself to diamond, do you remember, like, back then, like, what you did? Was there anything special that you felt like really helped you get there? Or do you feel like it was more just, I just found 2 people that really wanted to do this with me, and that was that?
They were my warm market. I mean, they were friends from high school, very trust. They weren't people who I like randomly found on Instagram. I knew them. That trust was already built there with them. And I just taught them to do what I did. Like, I had them sign up their first 2 people as discount coaches. I can remember being really close to diamond and not wanting to, like, I could have easily, like, at that point in my business, I was, you know, recruiting high numbers every single month for Success Club points. I could have easily, like, put an order under a coach and built them myself, but I didn't want to do that. So I was patient. And I helped them get there. I didn't want it quick. I wanted it to be lasting. So I can remember focusing all my attention to my challenge groups and giving amazing customer service, making sure people got results, and then making sure that they wanted to do this too. Like, asking them if they wanted to coach, if they wanted to come, if they could think of friends that they had who wanted to come do this with them. Or if they, you know, had a need, like, have you ever thought about doing what I do and earning some extra income? If you're going to use the products anyway, have you ever thought about getting your products paid for? that was a big thing for me. I know that was how it was presented to me was I was signed up as a discount coach right away without my knowledge. Don't do that, but make sure people know that they're signing up that way. But I was also able to see what I had to do. Like, if that makes sense, like I've always been very like, I'll figure this out by myself type person. But it was challenge groups. Your people who are getting great results, who are engaged in your challenge groups, those are the people you need to be asking to be coaches. Those are the people you need to not necessarily be inviting to a sneak peek. Those are the people you just need to be talking to about coaching. Don't just feel like you got to invite people to sneak peeks. Like, just talk to them about it. Like, get your coaching story. It should be boiled down to like a paragraph. And mine's saved in my notes.
I can't wait for my coaches to listen to this call. Both of the coaches that I have were working at Diamond. They couldn't make it tonight, but I can't wait, because I feel like I've been going into my team page every day this week with so I don't know, I'm going to sidetrack for a second. That call from Megan Geese, and I know Bobby was like all over us and was just like, you've got to listen to this call. Mm-hmm. That hit me like bricks. I sat there, I got my husband, and I'm like, we have to do this, and we have to do that, and we have to change this. And ever since then, I've been going live in my team page, just talking to them. But the one thing that I told my husband was like, my challenge groups are sucking right now. They just suck. Like, I have people, like the same 5 people participating, and I have like 19 other people that aren't saying anything. And then I realized I need new content in here. I need to like up my game a little bit more. So
if you're bored in your challenge groups, your challengers are bored.
Yeah. So that's something I'm working on too. So it's just, I think that's super important, because then if those people are engaged, now you have people you're inviting to the coaching opportunity.
Yes.
And ta-da, maybe you have more working coaches that way.
Mm-hmm. But guys, I just, in the text, I just put my coaching story, that when people ask me about what I do as a coach, mm-hmm. That's what I sent them. It's saved in my notes. I tell them my story, how I got involved with it. As a coach, this is what I do. I share my story. I use social media to reach out and talk to people about their goals and set them up with fitness programs that would help them the best, all while still working on my fitness goals too. I earn commissions from their purchases and also get to help them get amazing results in one of the groups that I run. This tells people right out of the gate, you will be selling things, you will be using social media, and what is the other thing there? That you earn commissions from purchases.
So I actually have another question. So for the first time, I'm finally figuring out a little bit about Instagram now, and I got 3 people interested in coaching. And now I'm debating, because in the past I've sent out I've recorded a live coach sneak peek. Sometimes they can be like 40, 45 minutes long, and I feel like I'm losing interest with people. So if you get people that want to learn more about coaching, do you only send that blurb, or do you actually do like a 5-minute video and just like introduce the concept? And if you do that, what do you say?
I send this blurb to them and chat with them. And then I also, my monthly sneak peek group that I run, I save the last month's content in there, and it's in units in there. Mm-hmm. So like I say, I have some short videos in a Facebook group. Can I add you into the group and you can work through them? And they're labeled like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And it's like the basics. I think my videos are my coaching story, myths debunked, how you earn income, and then your next steps, how to get started. Like, that's it. 4 videos. And then I have a photo album in there of things that are like, basically everything I put in the video in text pretty much for people to just read through on their own.
Cool. Okay.
But that's what I do, Teresa.
And that's not your like Coach University. That's just your sneak.
That's just my sneak peek. And I do it like the same way like some people run their free groups where it's just the same group. They just change the banner out and change the content. That's how I run my sneak peek group. Like, there have been people sitting in that sneak peek group for 2 years, but they see my sneak peek every single month, whatever content I put out there.
And do you change that do you run that like every 2 weeks, or like, how do you do that?
No, I whenever I need to is when I run it, really and truly. I don't have like a set time for it. And I always invite my team to it, but I also don't cater to them. Like, that's for me to recruit coaches, and they know that. But they're able to use the content to create their own or to add their coaches in to learn from it. So.
Got it. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I never thought about doing it that way. That never really occurred to me.
Yeah. And whenever I do the actual group, it's 3 days. I do a video a day or 2 videos a day. Because as much as I would love to be able to do it, more consistently. I'm never by myself in this house. So this is a rarity.
I get it. Yeah. I work full time and I'm never alone either. So.
Yeah. So,
even when I'm home,
I mean, just exactly. So I'm always constantly either I'm nursing a baby or I'm getting somebody a snack. I don't know. So
love that.
So yeah. Any other questions?
No. You know what? It would be awesome, Ali, if maybe you, and this is just an idea I have. I haven't even run it by the coaches that are helping me run this group. I was going to say, as a follow-up to this call, I think, because I know a couple of the girls had questions about just genealogy in general, we'd love to have you back to maybe talk a little bit about that at some point. This group runs until November 22nd or 21st, something like that. But yeah, if you have another free day that you could do that, like that would be amazing. Because I think it would be a nice like segue, like, okay, now you understand volume. Now you have your husband's account, you're working. What do you do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that would just be something that
for sure.
Just a thought. I mean, just from listening to the call.
No, for sure. It may not, I don't know if I can swing it for you by the end of the year. But,
whatever. Like, and
but
it could be something
I can certainly do it for you.
Yeah. If you, even if like we recorded it and we shared with everybody, like that would be totally.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to remember if that call that I did in Orlando 2 years ago was recorded. What Megan Blink and I did together.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. That call, it went right over my head. I was like, oh my God, I'm so confused.
I don't know if it was recorded or not.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Katie Ersta would know.
She would. I feel like she would probably have been the one to record it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It was probably her.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, I can try to, but I'm honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna have time by the end of the year, but
that's fine. No, you do your push. That's totally fine. But that could be something in the future too. That we think. But I think especially I know for my coaches that, I've tried to explain some of the stuff in the past and they're like, what? So this was broken down very nicely and it's very easy to understand. So it should be really good.
Well, good. And sometimes it just takes hearing it from somebody different.
Yeah.
Like really and truly. That's all it takes sometimes. I know like my coach can tell me something like, yeah, sure. And then like somebody else will tell me and be like, you have to hear this. And she's like, I just told you that. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Love that. Love it. All right. Does anybody else have any questions? No? Going once? You sure? Before Ali leaves? All right. All right. Well, if you guys think of anything, just message our group and I can always ask Ali. And then, yes, if you could share your slides with me, I will post them right to our group. That'd be amazing. And I have this call recorded too, so I'm going to post the recording probably tomorrow morning for everybody. Okay?
Well, awesome. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for coming on the call and really sharing some really great information. I know even as like a diamond coach, I'm a seasoned diamond coach. I learned a lot from that call.
Well, good. I'm glad. I'm very glad.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, if
have a great night.
You too. I'll talk to everybody soon. All right. Bye.